Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike SPIDER-SLAYER, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're talking about Civil War II tie-in, The Fallen, issue number 1, or otherwise really one shot. There's no issue 2, there's no issue 3 or 4, just the one shot here. However, this book is a nice sized book. It is $4.99, but it has the pages to back it up, and the story does too. This book is written by Greg Pak, and the artwork is done by Mark Bagley here. The artwork is really, it's well done. However, I've said this in the past. I feel that Mark Bagley, when he has to draw a ton of characters on a page, it doesn't come out exactly according to plan. However, when he does draw characters individually, I like the detail it goes into it as well. I feel like with Mark Bagley's artwork, the coloring is a little bit off, but I understand why this book tends to be a little bit darker. This is a death of a character. So that's why I'm not used to this type of characters with colors with Mark Bagley's artwork. And certain characters look very similar. There's Doctor Strange. I think this is Doctor Strange, and that's Tony Stark. They look almost identical here. It's hard to tell them apart. So, but that's the little gripes there. Overall, the artwork is pretty well done. Like I said, that's a nice picture with Silver Surfer in there. So, what's this story about? Well, maybe you probably, if you've lived under a rock, the Hulk is dead. Spoiler, in case you didn't know that. But anyway, the Hulk is dead. Bruce Banner is dead. Hawkeye shot him in the head or in the eyeball. He's confirmed that he was dead. And what happens in this issue is that we get to see Banner's closest people with him, and they're having the funeral for Banner. And it's a nice funeral. However, we get to see a bunch of protesters that are sitting there are screaming and yelling and being like, thank God the Hulk is dead. Hope the Hulk rots in hell. He's an asshole. Can't stand him. And we get the police that are trying to stop the riots and whatnot. Rick Jones is trying to give like this eulogy and everything. And the next thing you wind up finding out is just like, Silver Surfer is sitting there going, enough of this. And he interferes, uses his cosmic powers, and he winds up sending all the people away, which I thought was really awesome. And the issue shows them having their funeral, and basically all the different Hulk characters, mourning in different situations, whether Rick Jones is angry about what happened, if he's going to go after Hawkeye and kill him, and you get to see Betty doing with her situation, and then you wind up seeing how Betty meets up with her father and saying, that Bruce is dead, and there's just a lot of things that go on in this issue, and we wind up getting to see Scar in here as well, mourning his father's death also. So there was a lot of emotional moments in here. My only thing about this issue that I had a problem with is Tony Stark was at this funeral, right? So this takes place after Rhodey's death. So Tony sits there and comes to Bruce Banner's funeral, but he didn't come to Rhodey's funeral. And I feel that he's closer to Rhodey than he was with Banner. So that's the issue that I have with this. I really wished that when they showed, Rhodey's funeral, that it wasn't Sam Wilson that talked to him, and it was, Iron Man. So I don't know. But anyway, we wound up seeing everyone kind of get affected. And the best thing about this issue was there was a will given, and we got to see a hologram of Banner. So this could be the last time we see some shape or form of Banner in a while, and we get to see him leave all his estates and all his his money and his foundation and his charities with all the closest people to him. But the really good thing about this book was that instead of he was giving them a lesson, and he left like these timers in everyone's box. And he says, before you act out rash, he's like, over the years, I've tried to control the Hulk. And he's like, first I tried to do it for 24 hours. He's like, hell no, that doesn't work. But he's like, try to do something for 3 minutes. If you get really angry, set that timer for 3 minutes, and just wait and calm down. And when it beeps, then you can go and do your thing. And so everyone was literally touched by that moment. But the only person that kind of really wasn't touched by it was Amadeus Cho. And basically, what happens is they want you to read that tie-in issue of what happens when he reacts angry about the whole situation. And that issue I had already came out. A lot to read in this book, and I didn't want to really spoil anything in here because it's an emotional book. And if you're a Hulk fan, I think you're going to really love this book, and it's a wonderful send-off to Bruce Banner and his character. You know, when he's talking in this book, it's Bruce Banner all the way, and there's so many great emotional moments in there that he pays tribute to, like Betty and Rick and, you know, the people that he lived with on Planet Hulk and all those places and all those things. And it was a wonderful issue. And this just makes me miss that original Hulk that much more. And it's kind of hard because it's like I really love the Doc Green series. I love, you know, some of the older Hulk stuff. And I don't know what's going to go on now without the Hulk. When are they going to bring him back? You know he's not going to stay dead forever, but it's just Amadeus 2 is not quite the same. And I get that they're trying to make this emotional aspect of him, but, you know, to carry on Banner's legacy, but in his own way. But it's just like, I want Banner back, dude. He's awesome. So, but in the end, anyway, all that rambling aside, this is a good book, and I definitely suggest you guys go ahead and pick this up. I'm going to give this one a 4.75 out of 5 stars. My only gripe is the whole thing about Tony being here for Bruce, but he wasn't there for his best friend, his teammate, Rhodey. And I had that issue back in Sam Wilson, so I don't know if they read that or whatnot. And it's hard to see, too, what if the Hulks were depowered in here. You know that Red Hulk was depowered, but it looked like Scar still had powers. But in the Doc Green series, he was depowered. So is there no continuity there? There's just a lot of things out there that just kind of was sketchy for me. But when I look at the meat of the story, 4.75 out of 5. All right, I'm going to start rambling anymore. I'm done. Good book. Pick it up. So, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Hopefully you enjoyed this rambling on review about the Fallen issue #1. And fans, till next time, I'll see you real soon. Bye.